Joining our discussion now is Democratic Senator Adam Schiff of California. He's a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And, Senator, I want to give you a chance to respond to something Donald Trump just said about you on Fox in the last hour. He said that you asked President Biden for a pardon.
Well, that's absolutely false. In fact, I told the administration they should not give these pardons. But I watched that interview, Lawrence. I heard the president speak 3 lies in quick succession within a minute, 3 lies a minute, and I've reached the conclusion, clearly, Lawrence, he's slowing down.
Yes, and he said things there that if this were the Biden presidency, people would be, there'd be massive headlines tomorrow about how loss of cognitive ability and all that, which we will not see in any headlines tomorrow. Another thing he said was that it would have been too cumbersome. That was his word. Cumbersome to study every one of the 1,600 pardon cases where he issued all those pardons. So, of course, he would have no idea that one of them was engaged in child pornography and other such things in these records. Just too cumbersome for a president to look at every case that he was pardoning.
I asked Pam Bondi about this during her confirmation hearing. Would she be going through these cases? How could she possibly be going through these cases one by one? She was indignant. Oh, of course she was going to go through these. Of course she was going to give each of them individual attention. Turned out to be utter nonsense. And, look, there are, I think, 3 really significant takeaways from what just happened in the last 24 to 48 hours. The first is what you've been emphasizing, which is these people he just pardoned were beating police officers within an inch of their life. They were bear spraying them. They were gouging them. Were hitting them with baseball bats and hockey sticks. These are the people Donald Trump just pardoned. So one thing is abundantly clear. He doesn't give a rat's ass about law enforcement. That much is clear. But it's also really significant that these crimes, as serious as they are, of attacking law enforcement, were in the service of an even larger crime, and that was the crime of trying to interfere with the transfer of power after an election. So these were in the service of his holding on to power after losing the election. That itself is a major crime against our democracy, against our Constitution, against our country. But then finally, in giving these violent offenders these pardons, he is essentially telling people who would commit violence on his behalf that he has their back, that he will pardon them if they commit violence in the service of Donald Trump. And you would be hard-pressed to find a country that has gone from a democracy to a dictatorship without finding this step of essentially pardoning people who commit violence on behalf of the would-be dictator. It doesn't mean that we're going to become a dictatorship, but it does mean that we have taken one tragic step in that direction.
Senator Adam Schiff, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.